I saw something on your signature, email signature, and I thought that this podcast I will end in different way. Please put a light on your email signature. I will not allow what is not in my control to prevent me from doing what is in my control.
Very nice. That's my motto in life.
Okay.
And that's based on, the motto is, I will not allow what is not in my control to prevent me from doing what is in my control. Because the reality is, no matter who you are, whether you are the President of the United States of America, who is supposed to be the most powerful man on earth, or you are Mirza Yawar Baig, who is a poor man who is trying to do his job, no matter what, there will always be things in your control, and there will always be things which are not in your control. Even if you are sitting in a prison somewhere, there will be things you can do. And even if you are the king of the world, there will be things you cannot do. So if you take a thing and you choose to define it in a way, I call it globalizing of a problem. For example, if I ask you, Mehraj, how can you solve the homelessness problem in America? You got the most wealthy country in the world, and you got a lot of homeless people, veterans and others and so on, standing on street corners begging, living out of a shopping cart, sleeping in some hole somewhere, right? Terrible. It's horrible. It's a disgrace to this nation. Why do we have people like this? Suppose how can you solve the homelessness? What will you tell me? You will tell me, Sheikh, homelessness problem of America, how can I solve it? I'm a one person. But suppose I tell you, Mehraj, can you buy one homeless man a good meal tonight? What's the answer? Of course you can do that. Right? One man, one day. That's it. Of course you can do that. So it's a question of how you define the problem. How can I define the problem in the sense of what is in my control to do? I will do that. Even though at a mega level, there are many things which are not in my control. I'm not going to bother about that. I will not bother about that. How can I get people united? No. How can I be nice to my neighbor? How can we build unity in the people? No. How can I be nice to somebody who is disagreeing with me? That's unity. What is unity? Unity is that you have a different opinion, I have a different opinion, but we don't allow this opinion to become a wall. As I said, I'm a bridge builder. So I like to do that. I like to build bridges. I say, yes, sure, there are some things on which you differ, something on which I differ. It can be some fundamental things. For example, one of my greatest joys of living in America is the interfaith work which I do. I have Jewish friends, I have Christian friends, I have Sikh friends, I have Hindu friends, I have atheist friends, I've got everybody. Now, obviously, I'm a Muslim. Those people, what they believe, I don't believe in any of that. They don't believe in what I believe in, but we are great friends. We have meals together, we go and do things together, we do projects together, we help each other, we help together, we help other people. And we enjoy ourselves, we have a ball, absolutely. How is that? Even though we are miles apart in terms of some fundamental religious beliefs. Because you have to look beyond that. You say, okay, you and I differ on one thing, but we agree on 20 other things. So why do I allow this one thing which I differ to color my whole life? So that is the thing. The thing is how you choose to define. So I will not allow what is in my control. Now what is in my control today is to talk to you. I can put my life and soul into it. I can give you the best possible responses, the best possible podcast that you have ever done. It is my control, right? What is not in my control is how far will this go, how many people will listen to that, and so on and so on. So suppose I say, you know what, I wish I was talking to Farid Zakaria of CNN, or I wish I was talking to, somebody else, some big shot broadcaster. What's the point of talking to Mehraj? This will not... That's not the point. What is in my control today is to talk to you and give you the best possible podcast that I can possibly give you. That's in my control, right? What is not in my control, I don't bother about that. Because if I think about that, then what is in my control itself, I will not do.
Yeah.
And net result, zero. So always think of what is in your control, you figure that out. And anytime somebody produces or presents you a problem and defines it in a global context, bring it down to a local context. How can we solve the problem of education? No. How can I educate one child?
Okay.
How can we solve world hunger? No. Can I feed one person? That is the whole thing, right? So,
But I like the way you question the things. Like there is general question, but you make it specific that can be doable. And now it feel like, yeah, I can do this part.
Yeah,
It is
absolutely.
easy to do.
Yeah.